What's up guys, Vizeh here, and today I come with you served with a Big Mac meal with banana milkshake. If you pick any other milkshake other than banana, then I hate you. Okay, maybe I lost strawberry. If you pick chocolate, you're just weird.
Oh hi, my nose is massive. It's back lads, do you want the best player on the game? I said do you want the best player on the game? Bin off Ronaldo, get D-Money, get all the D-Monies. So if you guys want the best place to buy your coins on the internet, then go over to u7buy.com, use code Vizeh at checkout for a cheeky little discount guys. And yeah, with that said, enjoy the video.
In today's video, welcome to my reaction of my Premier League prediction back at the start of the season, back in August. Actually, I think it's July, in fact. And I'm going to react to my predictions back then and see how close or how far away I am at the midway stage. As of right now, we are 15 games into the Premier League season, which means that we're pretty much almost halfway there. So the table has already started to form up. So as we are already halfway through the season, I thought it makes sense to do a reaction to how it's done so far. If you're new here, please feel free and subscribe. We are so close to 200k. And of course, like the video. Let's hit 2,000 likes for my dad to love me. And with that said, let's get into my predictions from back in July. Comment down below and be honest, how close do you think your initial predictions was to how it looks like right now? Let's start off at the top. And let's go with first place. Who do I think will win the league back in August? So, let's have a look.
So, instantly, I'm going to go with what I'm quite confident will happen. And I think that City will win the league again. This is what I'm like 60% confident on this one. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's tough. It's tough to put Liverpool and City. It's very tough. I just feel like City edge it with depth. I just think that it's gonna be close, and like I can't say it for certain. But just to start us off, I think City will win the league again purely because of depth reasons. Because if Liverpool gets an injury, let's say to like a Salah, to a Mane. I mean, a Shaqiri can replace him. He's not bad, but he's not the best player in the world. So, I don't know. I'm going to put City. I think they may win it.
And yeah, there you go. I put Manchester City as first place. Now, you may say that's probably a stupid thing. I mean, of course, out of any top 6 team, I prefer Liverpool. So don't say like, oh yeah, I hate Liverpool. I actually prefer them to most teams in top 6. However, I just thought, in terms of depth, that City had it in them. You know, they've already won it once, and that they've won it back to back. They've got the experience in, and I feel like Rodri and Cancelo would even add more depth to the team, which they already had an insane amount. And so far, I mean, they've surprised me. That, you know, I don't think that City's done bad. It's just that Liverpool has just done amazing. So Liverpool, I think they've won every game other than one. They drew to one team. I forgot who that was. It was Manchester United. Yeah, they drew away at Man U. So like, yeah, Liverpool. I don't think this is really too far off. Like, everyone thought it'd be between City and Liverpool. It's just if you thought it'd be Liverpool or not. And Liverpool, fair play, they've been insane this year. So, I've got to respect that. Let's get into the top 4.
Liverpool being Champions League, and they'll be up there. And also, I think that Spurs will also be in the top 4. I do think that Spurs would also be in top 4. I don't think there's any real issues with them lot not making it. I rate their team. I do rate the team, to be fair, man. Like, they've not lost anyone. Like, last year, everyone thought, oh, they've not signed anyone, so therefore they're but like, I thought they've done good by keeping their team. So I think Spurs should ideally be also, you know, be in top 4, I presume it, man.
And I put Liverpool and Tottenham as my sure things for top 4. Of course, back then I would have never thought that Tottenham would be, you know, Poch will be gone and Mourinho would now be the manager. Now, of course, right now, City in real life is 3rd place and Liverpool's 1st place. However, Tottenham is currently 8th and they are 9 points behind Chelsea, who's Chelsea's 4th place. So they are still quite far behind. So by looks of things, I may get this one wrong. There's still, you know, there's still half a season to go. But maybe my sure thing for Tottenham may come back to bite me in the arse here.
The question is, who do I think will be also fighting me? Because it's, you know, United or Chelsea or Arsenal. I mean, okay, is there a chance for like a Leicester or like a Wolves to be pushing them? I mean, it depends if like Chelsea does poorly. I think if any team does poorly here, it'd be Chelsea. I don't know what teams would you put where. Chelsea, personally, I think Lampard. I think this year is going to be a free year for him, though, so he can maybe be a bit weak. I'm not gonna lie, they can't buy players. They've lost Hazard. I'd be really surprised if Chelsea do get top 4 this year. They can't sign anyone. Pulisic could be decent, but he won't be to any levels from Hazard. So I think to say Chelsea be in the upper league isn't that bad to say. I think it's between those two, really. I mean, Arsenal, United. United has Pogba, but I still got a weak defence. I think it'd be Arsenal. to get top 4. They've got good attackers. They still need to work in defence. United's got Pogba, but United's defence is still quite... I mean, Wan-Bissaka is a very good signing. He is a good signing. I would say Arsenal, and because of their attack.
This is not looking good for me, guys. So I put Arsenal in top 4 and Chelsea and United in the Europa League. Now, United is correct. However, the reason why I put Chelsea to be below is because of the inexperience. So, inexperienced manager of Frank Lampard has never managed in Premier League. Most of the players is also inexperienced at a high Premier League level. Tammy Abraham was never a striker for Premier quality. Neither was Mason Mount as an attacker. Neither was Tomori. Zuma and Christensen has never been like insanely solid either. Reece James has just come in now. There was a lot of ifs and buts with this team with Chelsea, and it's all going well for them, which, you know, fair play. Arsenal, again, the reasons why is because I thought, well, they have better attack, which they do. Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe, Mesut Ozil. This is a much better attack than what Chelsea has got. Only difference is though that Chelsea's playing a system which they understand and they do well in. Arsenal doesn't, which is the main issue. So for me, I feel like Arsenal has a better attack than Chelsea, but Chelsea just plays a lot better. I can see why I would think the way I did back then. And I hope that you guys do as well. So I'll take the L here. I still think I understand why I thought that. And right now, United being 6th place in Premier League, which, you know, is kind of standard for what you thought they would be. So I think Europa League is still pretty much their aim for this year. I don't think they have enough for the top 4 personally. Anyway, let's get into my last Europa League team.
7th place. I'll go with Leicester. I go with Leicester 7th place. West Ham deserve a shout though. West Ham does deserve a shout. I mean, I think West Ham, Wolves, will be all around there. I think between West Ham, Wolves and Leicester for 7th place, not gonna lie. Everton also is a shout. That's a thing though. Like when it's around mid-table, you can't really predict it. I think it's gonna be quite tough to pick these guys out. Who's most inconsistent? Now, Wolves, we saw them very inconsistent against lower tier sides. Watford, I can't see Watford doing the same thing as last year. I can't see Palace anywhere near top 10, man. No way. If they lose Zaha and they lose Wan-Bissaka, their strikers is Connor Wickham with 0 goals last year, and Benteke with 1 goal last year. They've got no strikers. Townsend scored like, what, 6 goals last year? I think that Palace are in probably deep trouble if they don't. If they sell, but Zaha wants to leave. So Zaha leaves, that's their main player really gone. Milivojevic is their top goal scorer, I think. And all of them for penalty. I expect them to be in a battle.
Okay, so I'm relatively somewhat happy with that. As of right now, you know, there's Wolves in 5th place. Of course, Leicester, 2nd place Premier League, so I'm quite happy that I put them as the team that will be the most likely to compete. Back then I had hope in them that they would be a good team. Probably not as good as I thought they are now, but I kind of knew that if there would be any teams that would pop up there to top 4, I thought they'd be the team. So I'm happy that out of the kind of lower tier of the top 6, I thought that they'll be the most likely to be up there, which I'm kind of happy with that. I don't think anyone would have predicted them to be in top 4, so I'm pleased that I did that. Of course, Wolves, I put in top 10, and West Ham and Everton. So yeah, Wolves, of course, I think that's understandable. I thought Europa League would make a much bigger difference than what it actually has, so fair play to Wolves. West Ham currently 13th place in the table, which is a bit poor for them, but West Ham has always been that sort of team. I feel like West Ham always just gets good at the end of the season. I feel like they're always that sort of team. Midway through the year, they're always so inconsistent. But I swear, by the end of the year, they'll be pushing for top 10 because they just usually always do. They just usually always do for some reason. So it's kind of mental. So West Ham, I'll say we're waiting that one. Everton is a bit of a yikes. I cannot underestimate like how bad of a manager Marco Silva actually is. I still think they got a decent side. You know, Bernard is decent. I don't think Toss is even that bad either. Moise Keane is a young product which has been wasted away over there. Sigurdsson's class, Richarlison's class. Defensively, it's not even that bad either. You're Digner and Keane, Mina. I don't even think it's even a bad defense. I just think they've just been poor this year. So I'll take an L on that one, but I still think they should be doing better than what they are right now. Into the next half now, the top 15. Now this is going to be quite hard, so I'm interested to see how I do this.
Top 15. Southampton, top 15. Bournemouth maybe top 15. I guess I'm biased, but I'm gonna put Burnley top 15. I really do. But I know that someone's gonna say that. Oh, you're biased. Am I mental for saying that I have faith in Burnley? Am I mental for saying that I have faith in Burnley being top 15? Am I mental for saying that? Southampton going down? They're not going down. They've got a very good attack. Very good attack. Redmond, Austin, Shane Long, Che Adams, Ward-Prowse, Southampton ain't going down. They ain't going down with their team. The reason why they were like lower, like down the league last year, was because the manager before that was so Burnley can't score. You do know that last year we scored the most goals we have in any Premier League season. More goals in the season that we actually came 7th. So
I put my top 15, or I guess my top 14, as Watford, Southampton, Bournemouth, and Burnley. So far, Burnley is correct, and Bournemouth is correct. But Southampton, it could be correct. You never know. And Watford, yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Southampton currently 17th in the relegation battle, and Watford is literally bottom of the table. I kind of had a feeling that Watford just may be poor, but they always seem to just be good for some reason. So I just thought, should be poor because they keep on selling the players and managers. I feel like they could just stay up because it's Watford. There's a weird team. Should not have 8 points though. They should not have 8 points. They're saying that Burnley beat them 3-0 at home. Well, away at Vicarage Road. So maybe they are terrible. Any team that loses 3-0 at their own ground, 3-0 to Burnley, is their dog. They're dog, man. That should not be happening. So Burnley 11th place and Bournemouth 12th. I'm happy with that. Southampton, you know what? I don't actually think their team is that bad. I just think that they've just had. I think they've got poor defense, but attacking wise and midfield wise, they're class. I still think that it could be, comfortable by the end of the year. Dennings is a class striker. I know he was at Burnley, so I feel like they'll be okay. It's just Watford. Yeah, that's not a good one for me, is it? Anyway, let's get into my bottom 6. Who do I think will be going down? Let's find out my logic in this one.
Okay, who do I think right now is going down? Brighton. They should be top 15. I think they'll be escaping relegation. I think Norwich should go down. Inexperienced. And I think it's between Newcastle and Sheffield United. I think Villa may just stay up, but I would not be surprised if they go down. Because I think they're inconsistent. I think Villa's inconsistent. But Newcastle literally have no striker right now. If they get Jolinton, is that enough? And Steve Bruce as manager, yeah, that's my predictions right now, man. That's my predictions right now. Steve Bruce as manager. Do you trust Steve Bruce though? Do you trust Steve Bruce to have that 90 million and put it in the right areas? Who do you think be in top 15 out of these lots? I don't know, man. No, it's signed Foreman. Foreman is decent, yeah, he's decent, but he also had Tim Krul. Like they already had like decent goalkeepers. The thing is with Sheffield United, the reason why I have faith in them is because they kept the most clean sheets last year, and they are a well-drilled, organised side. And as a Burnley fan, I know how important that is. I'd rather have a team like Sheffield United, which is well-organised, but more structured, than a Norwich, which I think will be more open at the back. They may have a more, better attack in midfield, a more creative midfield, but I think that will also harm them for how open they can be at the back. So that's why I think. As of right now, Sheffield United, I prefer them more than Norwich because of their defence. And that's the reason why I think Norwich, they are a good team, they're a very exciting team. However, of how creative they are, their midfield players, I think that can be has a disadvantage. So that's the reason why. Newcastle, Steve Bruce manager, no, 0 strikes, so now Jolinton may be there, but is that enough? We'll find out. Do I think Steve Bruce can get the most out of players? Not really. Brighton, the reason why Brighton is because Horton's gone and Potter's there now. Is Potter good enough for Premier League? We'll find out. It's a risk. And of course, I think their squad is getting a bit older now. His striker is Glenn Murray, which is like, what, 34, 35? He's not that young, to be fair, right?
Okay, so I've done the bottom 3 and also the escaping lot in here as well. There's a few good shouts here, but a few also shots. Main one being Sheffield United. I mean, I had faith in them. I mean, let's be real here, guys. A lot of people thought that they'd be going down. Me at one stage also thought that as well, but then I realised that they're quite similar to a Burnley, a hard-working, resilient side, and I've always kind of rated Chris Wilder, and I just thought they'd be having more than the rest of the team. So I'm quite happy that I put them as escaping relegation. I know they're like, where are they, like 9th place now, but most people were thought they'd be going down. So I'm quite happy that I thought they'll stay up. Maybe not as insane as they are, but I thought that they'll be doing good. So far I'm happy with that. Also, I'm happy with the fact that I put Norwich down. A lot of people back then thought that Norwich would be a lot better than Sheffield United. I thought, well, no, because I feel like Norwich, they're a very good attacking side, but defensively they're poor, and we found that out this year, that they are a poor defensive side. Happy that I put Norwich there, because I think, that's what it should be. And right now they're currently in 19th place. Up next as well, I put Brighton to go down. Right now they're currently 16th by how many points? By 1 point. So I still think Brighton could still be in a battle for relegation by the end of the year. So I'm happy with that. Newcastle as well, I think they're currently they're 2 points above drop zone, which I still think that they could still be, you know, tough in there. Main reason is that they still have no striker. As I said back then, or even before Joelinton, I still knew that Joelinton would not be enough. That, like, is he enough? I don't think he is, and turns out he's not enough. 40 million for him is insane. So for me, Newcastle could still go down if they do not bring in a proper striker. I also put Palace, that could be escaping relegation, which I guess that's a bit, you know, now a matter for me. Back then I thought that they didn't have that good of a team. I kind of underestimated how good Ayew could be. I thought Zaha wanted to leave. I thought back then Zaha was going to leave. Back then Zaha was going to leave. Like, he wanted to leave very badly. He was over the press. So I thought even if he stayed, would he actually play that good anymore? Would he even play at all? I didn't really know. So it was all kind of relying on that factor, and I thought back then that he would not be playing really much at all, or he would be leaving. So that's probably kind of weak of me. But also Aston Villa, I say I'm correct. So far they're currently 15th place, 1 point above the drop zone, which is still, you know, I think that I'm good to say that they may be like 16th, 15th, 14th this year, around there. I still think they'll be in a battle. I don't think they'll go down, I think they have enough, but I think they will be in a battle to the last few games of the season. And yeah, guys, that's my reaction to my predictions of the Premier League before the actual start to now, to a very present day, halfway through the year pretty much. So let me know how impressed were you. I'm relatively content with this. Smash the like button if you guys enjoy or find this video helpful, and subscribe if you're new. We are 2k away from 200,000 subscribers. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step.